So here's SNAP, Snap. This finishes at $12.79 today. That is down 43.08%.
And it's gone.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Ty, financial advisor. Welcome to my channel. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is AMC Entertainment. This finishes at $10.39 today. That is down 10.28%. So AMC was number 2 on StockTwits today after SPY. Had about 7,000 mentions, so once again we're going to analyze it. So lots of price action today. No company specific news to justify this price action, but just the overall market getting hit pretty hard today, especially growth memes and tech. And of course AMC is the biggest meme stock. So down over 10% today, very nasty. So let's jump right in and analyze here. So first of all, this appears to be a cup and handle in the making. Bottom of the cup being 970, the yearly low, and there can be multiple possible tops. It can be 1650. 1855, 2115, 2535, 2985, or 3480. And in the longer term, this is part of an even bigger cup and handle where the top can be 3835, 4460, 4615, 4880, $53, $55.15, $58.05, $61.10, $65, or the high of $72.60. So those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. So the cup and handle is bullish in the short and long terms. Today, this did gap down at 1145, so that's a bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to 1145 to fill this gap, and that should happen in the short term. And here we do have this descending channel. Right now it looks like the upper channel is at 1150 and the lower channel is at 610. So if it breaks the upper channel, that'd be bullish. If it breaks the lower channel, that'd be bearish. And actually this briefly did break the upper channel, but went right back down. But right now at 1040, it is hugging the upper channel. So that is bullish. We would just need a little bit more upside to go here, and it should break out. In the aftermarket here, this is running up to 1045, so that's a bullish indicator. If this holds, that is suggesting that tomorrow the stock will run to the upside. It does appear like 970 is some very critical support. Retested that a couple of times, couldn't quite break it. And then the next critical support would be 830. Very strong support there as well. So if this breaks 970, this can go really bad. And then if it breaks 830, it can go really, really bad. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 1090 and 985. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 1090, $12, $12.95, $14.10, $15.35, $16.50, $17.30, $17.80, $18.55, $19.55, $20.35, $21.15, $22.45, $23.60, $24.35, $25.35, $26.75, $27.85, $28.95, $29.85, $30.90, $31.95, $32.75, $33.65, and then $34.80. There is resistance above $34.80, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be $9.85, $8.90, $8.30, $7.10, $6.10, $5.20, $4, $2.95, and then the low of $1.90. So right now at the current price, 1040, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a regular amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 4020 to the upside, the channels start to open up and get wider, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 4020. RSI is currently at 32, so not quite oversold and undervalued, but almost there. Might as well be. So according to the RSI, the current price of 1040 should be a lot higher, and this did 37.5 million in volume today, way below the average of 94 million. So this sell-off today was not confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. In the long term, we have a bullish indicator in the cup and handle. In the short term, we have bullish indicators in the cup and handle, gap down, descending channel, and RSI. And again, there is some critical support at 970 and 830. So it's going to take a lot of downside pressure to break those supports. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, honestly, 1040 is a pretty good entry. Again, this should come back up to 1145 in the short term to fill the gap. Really shouldn't go below 970. Very strong support there. and I think this has the potential to go back up to 34.80 in the short term to complete the cup. So in the short term, there's over a 235% upside if this does complete the cup at 34.80, and really not too much downside. There's less than a 10% downside at 970, where there's critical support. RSI is at 32, so again, pretty much oversold and undervalued. So I would say going long here would be a low risk, high reward play. Not too much downside potential and a lot of upside potential in the short and long terms. So you really can't go too wrong here at 1040. It may go a little lower, but it's going to take a lot of selling pressure to break 970. So I would support going long at 1040 and lower, and if it pulls back, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that for the same reasons that I said going long was a good idea. A lot of bullish indicators in the short and long terms. Critical support at 970. So a lot of upside potential, not too much downside potential. So I would say going short here would be a high risk, a low reward play. Just doesn't really make too much sense. Should have went short anywhere from $30 to like 15. And here at 1040, it's a bit too late to go short. You missed your chance. And at this point, it's not really the greatest idea. You can possibly make about 10% to the downside here, and you'd be exposing yourself to a lot of upside risk, over a 200% upside risk here. You're better off just looking elsewhere in the market. Not a good time to short AMC at the moment. So pretty straightforward, guys. It's been pretty rough for the stock and the whole stock market, but we got some very strong bullish indicators here in the short and long terms. So 1040 appears like a really good entry. I support going long here. May pull back a little bit more, but really shouldn't go too much lower. A lot of upside potential, not too much downside potential, and really no reason to go short here. You missed your chance, and you're probably going to get burned if you do that. So sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock, and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC Entertainment. So here's SNAP, Snap. This finishes at $12.79 today. That is down 43.08%.
And it's gone.
So this is a terrible day for Snap. Absolutely disgusting. But there is a reason as to why this is crashing so much here. So yesterday in the aftermarket, the company came out and said that they were going to miss their guidance for Q2. I think they reported in April. So they were upfront and said it's not going to happen. So the market really didn't like that, and everyone started selling off, especially the institutions. Today we had a lot of price adjustments from the hedge funds. So let's take a look at that. Rosenblatt lowers to 23, Benchmark 20, JP Morgan 26, Truist 33, Oppenheimer 30, Bank of America 30, Jefferies 30, MKM 26, RBC 17, Wells Fargo 27, KeyBank 27, Evercore ISI 36, Piper Sandler 30, Wolf 22, Citi 29, and CFRA 18. So a lot of institutions, a lot of hedge funds here pulling their money out. So it looks like on the lower ends, we have $17, and on the higher ends, we have $36, which is still above the current price of $12.80. So that's a good sign. So it seems like the hedge funds are still bullish on this stock, but they were a lot more bullish before. All right, let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, this appears to be a cup and handle in the making. Not really sure where the bottom of the cup is after today's sell-off, but there are multiple possible tops. It can be 24.95, 30.70, 36, 39.70, 41.90, 44.90, 49.30, 54.95, 57.15, 60.85, 79.50, or even the high of 83.35. So those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to one of those tops eventually to complete the cup. And then we do have a double gap down. First gap down is back at $74. So that's a bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should eventually come back up to 74 to fill this gap. And then the second gap down was today at 21.70. So another bullish indicator that is telling us that the stock should come back up to 21.70 eventually to fill this gap. And that may take a while for these gaps to fill, but give it some time and eventually they should. And in the aftermarket, this is running up to 12.85. So that's a bullish indicator for tomorrow. That is suggesting that tomorrow the stock will run to the upside. And down here on the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence, the MACD line has crossed the signal line on the downside and is pulling back pretty significantly. So that's not good. That's a bearish indicator. That is telling us that it may be time to sell. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is sitting on the support of 12.75, which I finished around today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 14.10, 16.05, 18, 19.35, 20.50, 21.50, 22.65, 23.30, 24.20, 24.95, 25.75, 26.95, 28, 28.80, 29.80, and then 30.70. There is resistance above 30.70, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 11.35, $10.20, $9, and then the low of $7.90. So right now at this current price, $12.80. The channels to the upside and the downside are pretty wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks $19.35 to the upside, the channel starts to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this breaks $19.35. RSI is currently at 22, so that is extremely oversold, extremely undervalued, so this could be a good buying opportunity, not financial advice. And this did 284.5 million in volume today, way above the average of 25 million, so the sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So this one is fairly obvious. Terrible day for the stock, and terrible last 8 months really. This has come quite a ways down from the high of 83. But we're getting a lot of bullish indicators in the short and long terms. We have bullish indicators in the cup and handle, double gap down, and low RSI. Only bearish indicator is the MACD, and this really can't go too much lower. This is back at a 2-year low and approaching an all-time low. So this appears to be a really good time to buy the dip. As a wise man once said, buy the effing dip. So not sure how much lower this is going to go, but really shouldn't go too much lower, and eventually this should fill the gap at $74, which would be about a 480% upside. So a lot of upside potential here in the longer term. And all the hedge funds think that the stock is worth more than it's currently at. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, looks like a pretty obvious play to me. Looks like a good time to buy the dip. I wouldn't do it just yet. I would apply the 3-day rule here, which for everyone who doesn't know, is when a stock gets wrecked like this, you're better off holding off for a couple of days. Let the price action cool off, because it probably will continue to sell off a little bit more. So I would give it a few days here, just observe the price action, see when it starts to bottom out and catch support, and then I would come in and make your move. 1280 is already a really excellent entry, but if you're a little patient here, you should be able to get a little bit better. So I can't support going long at 1280 and lower, and if it pulls back, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. I would say going long here would be a low risk, very high reward play. Really can't go too wrong going long here. Nothing to lose. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that for the same reasons I said to go long. A lot of bullish indicators here in the short and long terms. Only bearish indicator is the MACD. 480% upside potential, not too much downside potential. So while you can make some money here going short, because this should pull back for the next few days, it's really not worth it. You should have went short yesterday before it went down 43%. And here at 1280, it's a bit too late. Really not too much more downside to go here. And a lot of upside potential. So I would say going short here would be a very high risk, low reward play. At this point, there's no reason to go short. So pretty straightforward, guys. Terrible day for this stock. But at this point, a lot of bullish indicators, a lot of upside. Not so much more downside, so it looks like a pretty obvious long here, and really no reason to go short. Missed your chance, and you're probably going to get burned. So, sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today, but could be a good buying opportunity, not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is SNAP, Snap. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please, like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on The Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know. Diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.